All right, click those buttons, get everything lined up. We are ready to rock and roll. It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. Believe it or not, but cannabis has been legal in the state of Illinois for recreational use for 2.5 years nearly. Kind of blows me away, but you could see that it really has been a popular product that adults have been able to buy and imbibe with, and hopefully doing it responsibly. But if you look at some of the sales from the past 2.5 years, it's month by month by month. You're talking 100 million here, 150 million there, 200 plus million. The last time I checked, I mean, we were bringing in just billions of dollars in sales, and the state of Illinois also taxing those sales. And the taxes can be upwards to 40+% depending on the potency. But what's pretty incredible about the program, not only that it's legalizing a drug that was made illegal for years, impacting all kinds of populations with the war on drugs. Now that it's legal, seeing the amount of tax revenue that's coming from that and how that tax revenue is going to be ultimately spent. Well, joining us in studio now is Ald.Shawn Gregory. He has some behind-the-scenes working knowledge of just exactly how these dollars are going to be spent, especially when it comes to Springfield's share of that. So, Alderman, thanks for taking time with us. How you doing out there?
All right. It's always my pleasure to come out.
No, I love it. And let's go ahead and get into this because, as I said, a lot of interest, a lot of dollars, especially tax dollars involved here. We're going to be talking about $600,000+ that Springfield's ultimately going to be granting to a variety of businesses. But walk us through how we got to this point with just setting up the program to allow for this.
Sure. I was a young pup then, and it became legal 2019, and me and Senator Turner, along with the council, we put our heads together and we really we allocated half of the 3% tax revenues to the east side boundaries. At first, of course, it was only generating about $250,000 with our split, and then it rose to a point where we were able to create two programs, one for business assistance and one for owner-occupied home redevelopment assistance. We put $100,000 in that program and $350,000 in the other program.
And we've already seen some of the dollars for the residential components go out, right?
About $76,000 of that has benefited constituents in our community, yes.
So after getting that launched, and then it was time to see, well, how can we use these dollars to impact community business owners?
Correct. And so there has been there was 69 applications, I do believe, that were put in for the business application. So with that said, there has been 22 identified businesses in the community that have met the criteria and scores to qualify for the cannabis business grant. So we have put that on first reading this Tuesday, and we'll talk about it a little bit in committee. I'll definitely be gunning to put that on consent, and I'm sure we'll have a little discussion. But the program is set. The scoring has been done, and I really tip our hat to our economic development team, Ravi Dosi, and the team in there, as well as our mayor, because as you may have mentioned, the amount is $622, so that's over the yearly annual amount. So we're almost using 2 years of that, which we're a little late anyway. So
but that number can grow in the future.
Yeah.
If there's more dispensaries that pop up and more interest. Possibly, and of course, marijuana is a drug, just like alcohol is a drug, and you got to use it responsibly. But the interest in this has been pretty incredible to see, just as much as the sales being reported and the taxes that are being collected. So again, we're talking with Springfield Alderman Shawn Gregory about $622,000 from cannabis tax money that the city of Springfield has going to some businesses. Talk about the scoring a bit here, in as much as where the businesses are going to be located, maybe some of the parameters they had to meet to possibly get these dollars.
Well, there's a special boundary that was drawn up, and it goes from Carpenter there to Dirksen, down to Ash, and back down to 11th Street. So a nice little box, and encompasses wards 2 and 3, which is particularly for my ward, is the most poverty stricken ward. So these funds are gonna really pay dividends over the year. We are really unique in this city of what we've done with our cannabis tax funds, and really put it to the area that we all know that it has been hit hard by the war on drugs and poverty, and any other COVID and any other thing that we got going on in this country. So it's really good to have something to really focus and live up to the promises we make to the people every day, and that's really to try to reinvest into the communities like mine. So we're doing that, and as I said, this is really going to pay out dividends. This is the first time, and next year there'll be another round, and on and on. These businesses can only qualify for it once, so the next time it's going to be new businesses, and what we wanted to do, we wanted to put it towards things that are really going to raise our tax base, really going to change the look of our community and things like that. And
I know one of the focus with the residential side was, let's get some money to some homeowners that can, get a new roof, help with landscaping or something to that degree, just to help with other property values. Absolutely. And especially in the major corridors of the city. You can imagine that offering up $20,000, $40,000 or so to a local business in certain areas. That could also help them with local property taxes, as well, increasing values and so on. What can they use the money for ultimately with this grant?
On the business side, they will be inventory, payroll. They can get some employees in there. We know that's the issue, right? Redeveloping interior, exterior. We really wanted to make it flexible because there's all types of things that our different funding mechanisms have some restrictions on, right? Federal money, state monies, things of that nature. But this was something that we really wanted to make flexible. And so far, on the housing side, they can get up to $25,000 for exterior and some interior redevelopments. And I just was by a lady's house. She has got nice blue siding. She's happy, and it's really starting to change our community little at a time. For a community like mine that has 500 lots and multiple vacant houses, and we could use a little love. And honestly, there's some other home funds and things of that nature that we're really looking to do on the home side. So we're happy to get this business section out. And what's so good about this is going to create even more jobs. On smaller projects. All of it has the same prevailing wage. So our unions, people will get good paying union jobs. Hopefully we can get some training going from some people of the community to work on the very businesses and homes in the community. And it's really a win-win situation.
Again, we're talking with Ald.Shawn Gregory here with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. And Alderman, something else too that came up during the council meeting, and I imagine we're going to hear a lot more about this come Tuesday for the Committee of the Whole. Of course, we'll have the council roundup every Wednesday after a Springfield City Council meeting. But one of the things that we heard that kind of dominated the last half of the council meeting this week was about pop-up block parties, but also a shooting that happened outside of High Soul Music. This is a tough situation. How do we get a hold of this? How do we make sure that people can live in peace in their communities?
Right. Well, I definitely had a good conversation. I really am adamant that owners of these properties have to do a better job and be more responsible. Everybody in this city should know that we're having some pop-up problems and things of that nature. So when somebody comes to you to host these parties, we have to be responsible and make sure that we have the mechanism set up that you are a business to have events. We have event venues that are set up to control crowds and traffic control and things of that nature. But when your business like this business is in a community and things, it's hard to control traffic control at 3 o'clock at night for an unauthorized event. Good guy. I like the owner. I think he's a good sound guy, but bad decisions in that makeup, and that is the message that I've been pushing to anyone I know with the business. I just think that these huge parties cause a problem. I know some of our event venues or bars or something like that, they want to bring a comic or some hot young country star or rap star. I don't care if it's Garth Brooks or Ludacris. We have to work together to maintain safety and traffic control. And I think that's really, really important to press upon our business. And, maybe we'll get to the point where, we work together with our police and these events. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, we're not going to have pop-up parties. We'll start towing cars that are parked in unauthorized places. We're going to get the guns off the streets. Our officers do a good job at that. If they're legal, fine. If they're illegal, we're not having it. And we're going to continue to send a strong message with that. I love having fun. I want to see everyone have fun.
We got to have some fun together.
Exactly. But it's got to be safe fun, and it's got to be smart fun, and there is a way to do it. And I encourage anybody who needs help with planning a good, positive event to reach out, and we'll help you with it.
Well, and one of those positive events happening tonight with the Y Block party. So definitely make plans to get out there. Ald.Shawn Gregory, greatly appreciate you taking time with us. Let's talk next week sometime because Juneteenth is coming up as well.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be January 20th, right?
It'll be
on the Monday.
Yeah, the actual day that we'll celebrate on the city side is the Monday, but here we'll kick it off Thursday on the Y Block again next week.
Great.
And then Friday it'll be the art exhibit. Make sure you get down there to the Illinois State Museum. That's going to be beautiful. Saturday will be the parade and park activities, and Sunday will be another whole host of activities as well. So the Juneteenth crew, and they have done absolutely great job of really raising it.
Well, let's plan on connecting sometime early next week just to remind people of all the activities that are coming up in celebration of Juneteenth. Because anytime we can celebrate freedom, I'm all about it.
Yes,
all right?
Sir.
If we can celebrate freedom 20 days out of the week, let's celebrate freedom.
Absolutely.
So, Ald.Shawn Gregory, greatly appreciate you taking time with us this morning here with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop. We got to take a break. It is now 7:52 from Culver's West on Wabash.
It's time to apply at Culver's West on Wabash.